Yes, sir, we are here. It is the biggest episode ever. It is seriously the biggest episode this podcast has ever had, right, guys?
I guess. I mean, you're the one that's hyping it up, not me.
I don't know what the fuck's
This
happening.
all week.
Motherfucker's been saying this shit all week, and I don't know what the fuck's happening.
Drop something in the chat if you're excited for the biggest episode ever. First of all,
This is
congratulations.
the worst
to...
fucking race this season. How is this the biggest episode ever?
Oh, you gotta believe, okay? You just have to believe that this is the biggest.
I believe Chase can win. I believe Chase can win.
Damn right.
Is it like you do on Peter Pan and the Fairies?
I can't. I can't. So William Byron wins. Chase Elliott fans absolutely crumble. Sal and I were talking, and I laid out a similar scenario to what kind of happened. I said we're going to see some random battle between like Corey LaJoie and Joey Logano, and they're going to cut to Chase Elliott in the gravel. Instead, it was somebody pitting, and we cut to Chase Elliott. It stopped in the bus stop, and he wasn't a bus, but he was stopped. Embarrassing moment for the 9 team. Absolutely cannot happen. What are our thoughts on that? I mean, that's how we got to kick it off. Before we show everybody
gotta
why
kick it
this is
off.
the biggest episode ever. Yeah.
I got to kick it off, so you know what segment it is.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, really, absolutely.
All right, we're after that.
I mean, you're gonna lead off into it. I got to do it.
Holy mackerel! Okay. All right, let's go right into Tegan's boneheads.
Bonehead is Alan Gustafson, whatever his fucking name is.
That's right.
Gusty Call,
Alan,
Gusty Call. That's what it should be. He's a fucking moron. I mean, how do you say, hey, flip the switch, you'll get 3 laps, and we'll pitch you in 2? No, bitch, you should have put him in 1 because that's all he got was 1 fucking lap if he even got that. And then he blames it on what would he call it, bad information? You're the crew chief, bitch. Are you not got your hands in that car? Are you not the one that's cheating? You know how many laps you should get in your extra lines. I mean, Jeff Gordon fucking done it back in the 90s. You should know how to do it. It's in the fucking playbook. Apparently, you don't know how to read or you read it upside down. Because you are a fucking dumbass. If I'm Chase, I'm like somebody else on Twitter, and I think Mike's seen it. I would have brought that son of a bitch back to pit road. I'd have sat there till Allen was taking a ride home somewhere out of the fucking racetrack. Is what I would have done. I would not have went back out there till Jeff Gordon got his chubby ass up there and crew chief for me instead of that Allen dude. I mean, he can do a better job. At least he knows when the car needs gas. So that's my only bonehead of the weekend, I think.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tegan.
There's not going to be like.
enjoyed
It's not going to be like Austin Dillon. No Austin Dillon.
Oh,
well, I
they're
mean,
both a little boneheaded.
You can only be bonehead so many times before you're a permanent bonehead and you don't deserve a mention. I mean, the dumbass went and literally moved somebody for what?
19th.
19th or something like that. I mean, if I'm Kyle Larson, I'm bulldozing his ass as well. So, I mean, he should have fucking done like Harper did Jeff Gordon there a couple years ago. Spun his ass out right into the damn wall.
Yeah, we don't need to remember that. Before we get into more of Watkins Glen, I'm not going to leave the audience and you guys suspensed any longer on why this is the biggest episode ever. And no, it's not this Ken Schrader hoodie that I
motherfucker's wearing it at 90 degrees outside.
It's not that warm here, but the biggest episode. This is the biggest episode ever for one reason. Sal, your birthday is tomorrow, isn't it?
It is.
And of course, I will say happy birthday to you. But
I don't.
I say happy birthday to Sal. I love Sal.
We'll all
take your ass back to Mexico.
It's my amigo.
We'll all say happy birthday to Sal. But I think that you would like it better if you didn't have to hear it from me. So I got somebody to say happy birthday to you. And,
what the hell did you do?
And we'll just go into it. We'll go into it right now.
Hey, my amigo Sal, how are you doing? This is your friend Daniel Suarez here. First of all, I want to say big happy birthday. I hope you are having an amazing time with all your family, with your friends, with all your amigos, con todos tus compadres, con todos los paisanos, and that's it, my friend. Thank you so much for all your support. I know you are a huge fan of the sport. I know that we're paisanos. You're from Mexican descent, just like myself. So that's amazing, man. Thank you so much for your support. And also, congratulations, because I know that you're gonna be on the weekly NASCAR podcast. So that's amazing. I enjoy doing podcasts a lot. I think it's a lot of fun, to get into conversations and to get to know different people, and really for other people to get to know me. I think that's very cool. So congratulations for that. I hope you get to enjoy it. I hope that you get to spice a little bit the podcast right there, and to have a little Hispanic flavor in there, Latino flavor. So, but anyway, my amigo Sal, I hope that we get to see each other at the racetrack very, very soon. But for now, enjoy your birthday, feliz cumpleaños, and once again, congratulations on your weekly NASCAR podcast that you're gonna be working on. Take care, amigo. Nos vemos en la pista. Bye bye.
So, what was he saying in Spanish?
That is freaking awesome. Oh man, thank you.
Yeah, the biggest episode
really
ever.
appreciate that. That was awesome.
I said it was going to be the biggest episode ever.
Oh,
Did I
man.
lie? Listen, look at this. Did I lie? I didn't lie. Biggest episode ever. What did he say though? Because I only know Feliz Cumpleaños.
Compadres, paisanos, basically just other ways of saying friends.
Oh, you guys are boys
Amigos.
now.
Amigos.
Yeah, he said amigos, so we are. I'm one of Daniel's amigos now, so I get to be in those scenes that they just randomly put up.
Hey, your fiance's in the chat. She's excited. I told her about this.
Oh man, that was really cool.
Yeah, so Daniel Suarez wishes you a happy birthday. That's why this is the biggest episode ever. I was really hoping, because I ordered this like last week, I was really hoping that that he wouldn't have wrecked pace or anything, and it wouldn't have been really awkward. But yeah. Hey, my birthday is Friday. Help a guy out, Mike. Listen, Bowman's not on there, so he's not going to talk in Spanish to you. So, W. Michael, W. Daniel. I agree. All of the above. So yeah, I think that it's the biggest episode ever, right? Did I lie?
that was awesome.
Now let's end it.
No 8 minutes.
It's wrap.
That's the pod. See you guys next week.
Play the music.
Oh no!
What's he doing?
It's the after show.
Oh, after hours.
After
Yeah.
dark.
Anyway, yeah, so I hope you have a great birthday, Sal. I hope that kicks off your little birthday festivities well. I agree with Reinhardt. Viva la Salvatore.
Thank you, guys.
When I got the video the other day, and it just starts off with, "Hey, mi amigo Sal," I was like, "This is perfect. This is incredible." Shout out Daniel Suarez for bringing the energy, though.
Yeah,
he was awesome. Good for Daniel.
Me and Mike went on there and looked at like a couple other like other drivers that are on there.
Yeah,
and some of them are pretty bad. That one was good.
Daniel Suarez is very good. Yeah,
Suarez brings the heat.
He does.
Michael Waltrip had a very depressing one on there.
Yeah, Michael Waltrip had one on there that was really, really depressing. maybe I'll get him to do one to talk about how.
His for JB.
Talk about practice.
Talk about practice at his Illusion Museum segment with Carson Hocevar before IRP, which was awful a week or two ago, by the way. But anyway, in a snoozer, William Byron wins at Watkins Glen. Not really anything to write home about. An impressive performance from him. hard to tell if he was really even the fastest. I'd say he was fastest in practice, qualified well, and then led around 60 in the 60 range of laps. And then
That's all it takes. Just qualify well. As long as you don't
couldn't
fuck up
pass.
and get in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, couldn't pass for anything. So yeah. Listen, guys, not everybody. Not everybody is on there. Yeah. Okay. I can get like I can get Chad Fincham. Okay.
I was in a Madden league with him. He kicked my ass. He actually kicked everyone's ass.
Chad Fincham is like a Madden god.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also Spencer, I didn't make Daniel Suarez. Say happy birthday to
He paid. Money talks. Shit walks.
Sal. Yeah. But anyway, what are our thoughts on the race? I think it was the worst Watkins Glen race I can remember. Just pretty bad.
I mean, do we
You were
need to
just
go all the
saying
way
that
around?
a
I'll
few
just not
hours
agree
ago
on
it
this.
wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday you said, this is pretty good.
It wasn't that bad.
I think it was before Chase Elliott ran out of gas, though, is what it was.
It was.
It's okay. I'm
That
fickle.
Chase Elliott went from 13th to 6th in one pit cycle, and now we know why.
Seven.
They didn't put enough gas in it.
How stupid! Oh my
That's so
god!
dumb.
And
I'll
they
tell
done
you
this thinking they're going to get a caution and they can flip the strategy. The Indy Roval should have proved that. Coda should have proved that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I think I would not be surprised if NASCAR doesn't go back next year on this caution at stages for the road courses, because obviously I think they need them. Because everybody wants to holler about strategy. Unless you're at Sonoma where the tire wear actually matters, your pit strategy is cut and dry. You run it to where you know you can make it to the end, where you can connect the end of the race to your first pit stop. That's all that matters, and that's on the same damn lap for everybody. Lap 20.
And like the strategy's not really like changing, because there's still people pitting right before the stage,
Exactly.
and it's not changing anything.
If you're not in the top 10, or if you don't need the stage points, you're pitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as your pit window's open to make it to the end from there, and
Yeah,
you're hoping that
think-
the caution comes out. It's not going to happen.
I think that NASCAR was assuming that there would be cautions still, but just
We've
not
had one
planned
caution
ones.
in back-to-back races, but one in each race.
And this race really wouldn't have had it if Chase Elliott could run out of
Hadn't
gas.
ran
close
out
to
of
the pit
gas.
road.
Yeah. This
So,
would've been green all
Chase
the way.
Elliott
This
needed
would
a
have we would have
caution.
had our first caution-free race in 21
Since-
years.
Yeah, since what was it? It was in the 90s.
Which I went to, by the way.
2002. That was it.
2002. I went to two of them. 2002 and 2001, Talladega on both of them. I went to both of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was not
not
lucky at
born.
Talladega for a little bit. I did go to Talladega for a while after that. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, I wasn't alive, so you're old.
I am.
Did anything of like note happen during that race?
Till the end. Always at the
Dillon?
end. Always
Yeah.
at the end of a road course race, somebody let out their frustration finally on some poor sap. That
So-
poor sap was Austin Dillon.
So yeah,
He deserved it.
I'm gonna talk to Wessel and Tegan about this, because Sal and I, we're fans of this driver and this team, so we have opinions. What is next for the 9 team? Do they have to make a change at the crew chief position? Do they have to make a big change in some way? Because let's be real, not gonna win this week. It's improbable. I mean,
Even if he's leading, I think he makes a bad block and takes himself
Yeah.
out.
Mhm.
Because
it's
there'll be
desperation
somebody
time.
behind him that needs to win as well. So
Yes. So what Wessel and Tegan, what do you guys think happens next? What's next for the 9 team? Do they have to fire Alan Gustafson? Do they have to make a change up there?
I don't
I
think
don't
they
think
fire
I don't
him.
think we're gonna see a fire. I do believe
I
we
do.
may see a pit crew chief swap. Pit crew, yeah,
And it's
whatever.
only going to be one. You
And
can't
it's only
take the other
gonna,
two.
they're gonna swap him and Blake Harris. That's the only thing I can really see, because they're not gonna take off Rudy Fugle and they're not gonna take off Cliff Daniels. They're not gonna move them.
No, because that's
Um,
winning formula. You can't. It's not
yeah.
fair for them.
But I do believe we'll see a swap with Blake Harris and Alan Gustafson.
Or maybe do they kind of try to steal somebody, maybe bring somebody up from Junior Motorsports? Because Blake Harris ain't proved much either.
Mm-mm.
Alex
Blake Harris
Bowman's been hit
is
or
all right.
miss.
I mean, Let's not forget that before Alex Bowman got hurt, he was top 3 in points. I mean, he
Yeah.
was running really well. He wasn't winning races, but I mean,
Yeah,
he
but
had-
since
he had
then,
good
though,
speed.
it fell off. Even Chase Elliott, I think, has fell off compared to where he was before his injury, and even right after he came back. Right after he came back, he was running top 10 a lot.
I wouldn't say that because he had in those races when he had first come back, he was kind of running like mid-teens. Like he didn't have an average running position in the top 10. I don't think until like
But he always finished there, though.
late, but he wasn't getting stage points, which is what he needed. So they were like sneaking out like 8th to 13th place finishes, which if he was competing in a full season would
Would be
have been
fine.
good. And I don't think that I don't actually to play devil's advocate about Gustafson. I'm as mad at him as most Chase Elliott fans are right now. But let's be real. In Chase Elliott's career has not missed the playoffs yet. Since 2018, has 18 wins, a championship. That's pretty good, I'd say. And this year, if Chase Elliott does not get injured, that 9 team is in the playoffs. You know, you assume that he builds up a points cushion to kind of be around at least where Harvick and Keselowski are, or you assume that he wins if he's competing in a full season this year.
I don't know.
I don't think
I
he's
still
been
think
there.
I still think he goes winless.
No, I'm just saying, like, if
But
he had
he's definitely
not
in the
gotten
playoffs.
injured, if he had not gotten injured this year, I think that he probably would have been able to get a win at some point. Just
I don't
because
think
it took
so.
him a little while to get back in the groove. That 9-team lost a little bit, having to run with Barry for a little while, maybe not getting as good of feedback as some other teams got. I think that Chase Elliott would be in the playoffs if he made a full season. You guys won't argue that, though, right?
On
I-
points, yeah. I don't
Yeah,
think he's
he-
got it on win.
I don't
Man.
think he would have made it on a win, but he would have made it on points. Yeah.
Right. And it's tough to say, like, either like the win part. Just
You can say the
because
same thing
we
for
don't-
Bowman, too.
Yeah.
Bowman would
Yeah.
be in too.
Bowman would probably had more points, to be honest.
Bowman's
It
ahead
depends
of
on how
him
much-
right now.
How I just think they both those teams have not they fell off, but when you look at it at the beginning of the year, they were not on the level as the 24-5 when they had their drivers before their injuries either.
Well,
so
it's tough to say with Chase because he ran 2 races and finished second at Fontana and came on late and had the strongest car on the track in the last run. And
Well, hold
it's
on.
tough to say with him.
Let's say so. If neither of them had missed races, I think Bowman might be out. Does he have more points than Keselowski
No.
or Harvick? Which one's the cutoff there? Harvick would be. right?
There was
They're
something
separated by,
said
like,
on
6
like
points.
Twitter, and I see JB put it in the comments where right now Bowman would be in if he also hadn't gotten that 60-point penalty.
So who would be out? Like Harvick then?
no, Bubba.
Bubba.
Well, Bubba's out for Chase, right? So
Right.
then you
Bubba's
throw
out in
Bowman
the
there.
owner
Who
point.
next is out?
It would be Harvick or Keselowski.
But
Harvick.
you're also relying on if Chase Elliott would match those finishes that Harvick and Keselowski had. Like
Well,
if he was getting the same amount of points.
What I'm saying though is I think that it's hard to make this discussion is tough
Mhm.
just because without Chase Elliott and with them both missing time, that impacts how the entire season plays out. You know, that's the whole Mandela effect. You know, if Chase Elliott races those, doesn't miss 7 races this year,
That's
does
not
Chris
what the
Buescher win
Mandela
2
effect is, but okay.
you
Mike.
know what I'm talking about.
You've done this before. You don't know what that is.
You know what
Oh
I'm
my
trying to
God.
say though.
But you're not talking about the butterfly effect, are
But
you?
yeah,
You're talking about the butterfly thing. You motherfucker.
that's the one. What's the Mandela effect? It's like something that didn't happen, but
It's
like
something that people believe to be true from the past, but isn't.
okay. But you got what I'm saying though. That like if Chase and Bowman both compete in full seasons,
Like
Yeah,
this will
results are
probably
not
be a
the same.
Mandela effect. Chase, everybody's gonna think Chase Elliott just made the playoffs this year. Like this could be a Mandela effect in the past.
And 5 years from now, oh yeah, Chase made the
Yeah,
playoffs. He did
Chase
good
has
that
never
year.
missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
No, he's gonna miss 2023.
I think that the non-Chase Elliott fans will make sure that people know that
Everyone
he missed
remembers.
the playoffs. It'll be
Yeah.
remembered because
At
anything
this
about
point
Chase
last
Elliott
year, do y'all guys remember when Chase Elliott won in the playoffs at this time last year?
when he's got like 6 wins.
Probably.
I'd love that. And it's tough. It's tough with Chase because, there's not many guys that I think are more competitive than him. And you can see that with how hard he is on himself all the time.
We need to transfer some of that shit to his fucking crew chief.
And to be honest, though, I think that Chase Elliott is to blame on why they're in this situation.
Alan Gustafson's competitively running himself out of gas.
Alan Gustafson wouldn't have had to make the pit calls that he did to get Chase track position if Chase had executed in qualifying. Chase Elliott made mistakes. He missed the final round of qualifying.
I give you some on that. But in my opinion, it's still a dumb call to pit him so early that you have to rely on a fucking switch to make your fuel window. That's like Rodney last week at Indy, along with Amarola. Amarola was running top 20 last week at Indy the Indy Roval. He ran out of gas with 2 laps to go and had to putt around to pit road and went 2 laps down and finished like 30-something.
He's in a must-win situation, though. Would he have been better off just saying, let's run the normal strategy? And
when you know that you're probably not going to, I don't know what stats. Maybe we need Larry Mack back. I think Larry Mack would have told him, you ain't getting no fucking yellow. Don't pit early. I mean, it's not. We've had last week proved it. And like I said, Dakota went green for the last over half of that race. At the end, it had one caution, I think.
I thought
Coda it's just not happening. But it went green for the longest time, though, because nobody's wrecking nobody. When you can't get up to a car and pass them, because when you catch them, you're not going to wreck them. You can't wreck somebody you can't pass. I mean, you can't wreck them if you can't get to them. If you get close enough and then your car stalls out, even though you're faster, guess what? You can't wreck somebody unless you bonsai and take yourself out in the process.
Coda had good battles. Like the Reddick and Byron battle at Coda, I thought was very good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, though, it's you're not getting the yellows like we used to in road courses. These cars are too glued to the track. They're fucking stiff as fuck. They don't look like they turn in a 40-acre field.
That kind of turned it. It kind of did the opposite of what NASCAR was expecting, because the charm of NASCAR road course racing was how bad the cars were.
Yeah.
And now the cars are good on road courses. They handle well. You have to. The braking zones are.
It's the braking package. It's the wider tire and the braking package. They need to figure out something to take some of it away. Either make the tire smaller again, or change. You can't change the braking package because that usually teams run what they want anyway. So that's something that you kind of want to still give them the option, because they can overdo it and break their shit. But I think you have to do something with this tire. You have to make this tire non-grip. After so many laps, that motherfucker needs to be a second or two off the pace. I don't care what kind of braking package you got.
And Jeff Gluck, I read one of his articles in The Athletic today. He's had a suggestion, which I think would be tough to do. I do, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have you start reporting me some articles. I hit that paywall shit. I'm like, fuck that.
No, I do subscribe to The Athletic. It's also for other sports, so they have a lot of really good sports content there. It's definitely worth the subscription. #plug unpaid. But he had a suggestion that I thought was interesting. It'd be tough to do, but he said to have like some sort of next gen B car, because this car has done its job on the 1.5 miles.
But everywhere else, it took a step back.
Right.
The tracks where they're supposed to, the tracks that had good races on the old car are no longer putting on the good races.
Yeah.
Are the shit shows.
Yeah. So it's tough. I really think that, because I'm like, usually I'm excited heading into Daytona. I have not really enjoyed many of the super speedway races. Atlanta this year was good. The summer one.
So here's a thought. Who would have thought
this would never happen, but I think it would be great
if that we'd be talking about dirty air on the fucking road course.
Yeah, right.
I mean, Harvick ran mid-20s all day and said he had a good car. You just couldn't get to nobody to pass him. Once you got close to him, you were cooked. Unless they were just dog shit.
I saw a stat on Twitter before we went live that in the last 30 laps, there was not a single pass inside the top 5. In the last 16 laps, there was not a single pass in the top 11.
I believe it.
That's not great. That's not great.
And you talk about the Gen 6 cars. Them Gen 6 cars are already gone. They sold them to like
Yeah.
other series in
I
Arco
don't
or
have that
redone
shit no
them.
more.
Yeah, that shit is gone. They made money off that to fund this shit show.
Can we just let the Xfinity car? Those cars are single source vendor cars. Let's just run those. I mean, those cars are way more entertaining.
Okay,
And they
so
perform
they
everywhere.
are,
They perform
But the thing
everywhere.
about it is, you can't have two series running the same spec car. Why would you have two
next
series
gen to
then?
the
Here's the
Xfinity?
next.
I don't.
It may be, or you change some shit on the car. You give them full horsepower back because they run lower horsepower. No, they don't actually. So maybe we need to swap it out. Run low horsepower in the Infinity series and run the damn full 950 or 900, whatever the fuck it is, in Cup with this style of car.
I think it could make it
And
interesting.
some good fucking tire wear. Some soft ass tires.
If the tires are, if you take the wider tires out of it and you give them horsepower, I think that the passing opportunities would be more likely to happen.
You give them horsepower, and you might have something that's 10 times better than what you got, even with the tire that you've got now. Because horsepower is going to cause you to spin your tires on short tracks. It's going to wear them out. You're not going to be shifting because it's going to make it worse. That's going to take shifting out of it too.
We've talked about it. People that analyze NASCAR have talked about it. The drivers have talked about it. But
NASCAR sitting there going
splitter.
Oh, maybe we can take off the doohickey on the back of the car. I don't even know what the fuck it's called now. What is it called?
Diffuser.
The diffuser. Yeah. They've tried that shit, and I'm like, that the whole point of this car when you built it was for that diffuser, and that was supposed to help fucking dirty air, and it's not helped it. I think it's made it worse. I don't think taking it off's going to help it either. So I just understand why NASCAR can't give them full horsepower. And if the owners are taking a fucking fit, they need to be listening to their fucking drivers. You're not going to have a product if you're not out there. You're not going to be able to make money if you don't have a product to sell.
Yeah.
Fans are going to eventually be looking at this next gen car and thinking this is garbage. I mean, the races were good last year because it was new. Everybody was still trying to figure it out. They were wrecking. We were getting cautioned. Woohoo! The common redneck fan had a fucking orgasm. That's not happening this year with this car because teams have figured it out. Some teams have actually took a back step from last year, Stuart Haas. So,
which we didn't think was possible as bad as they ran last year.
You should not. Harvick caught on at the end of the year last year or toward the end of the regular season. Then he had bad luck in the playoffs. I am hoping that Stuart Haas, and it ain't just Stuart Haas, I think it's other teams. They're not putting their eggs in the basket of road courses anymore because they cannot fucking pass regardless of what they do. So they're taking their time that they have at the sim for tracks that are coming up. They're getting ahead of the game for the playoffs is what I'm thinking. So we may see a whole new batch of fucking contenders when these playoffs start because they spent more time in the sim the last couple of weeks.
And I feel like we see that every year, though. Like last year, Logano kind of,
he sandbagged.
Yeah, he was quiet. Harvick kind of started peaking in this time of year. You saw Chastain have a good start, struggle kind of through the summer like he did this year, and then come on again in the postseason. So you see that a lot of times, like Chase Briscoe last year making it to the round of 8.
You do see it. But when you have 6 cars that take 10-lap averages at Walking Glen and Harvick 6th, 3 miles an hour off on the average time, something ain't right. Your team's not doing something. You're just out there puttering around, as Bradley calls it, hoping that you don't get knocked out of the damn playoffs is what you're doing.
Yeah. Sal, what are your thoughts on the race in general? I don't think we've heard from you yet about it. It just wasn't great. And then
we don't like it.
On everything else.
It was okay. They reminded me a lot of, I think it was 2019, where I think that race Truex was faster than Chase. It was just that like air bubble he couldn't get around.
Yeah.
And that was essentially why Chase won. I don't know. I started dozing off after Elliott ran out of fuel. It was whatever. I will say, I know we talked about that earlier. I did see someone on Twitter saying, like, for all you Elliott fans wanting Allen fired. Like I wouldn't say they're like elite yet, like Allen and Chase, but finding a good crew chief that's going to get you wins, get you a championship, get you the regular season. Not that that matters.
It's hard to find.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really
for
hard
sure.
to find. You're not just going to throw, like, let's say they do swap him. Blake Harris and Chase Elliott aren't going to come out winning 6 races in a row.
No. So what you're going to do is, if he does not make the playoffs this year, you swap him out for the last 10 races. I think if it's going to happen for next year, it's got to happen this
Start
year.
early? Okay.
You got to
That could
go ahead
be
and build that
could be a
chemistry.
test.
That
Let's
could
say
be a
they-
way of
let's
just
say-
testing the
let's
waters.
say they're both
I
going to
just
miss
think-
the playoffs. Swap them now. See how it works for the rest of the
I
year. If it
think
doesn't
that
work,
it
After
would
Daytona.
be-
hire somebody else. Yeah.
I think that it would be a bit too soon to like for Blake Harris. Him, he hasn't had a full season with them.
Okay, so
Bummed me
then
out.
what I'm saying is you got to go. I know what you're saying, Sal. You can't find a crew chief. Yes, you can. Xfinity's full of them. There are some good crew chiefs in Xfinity series if you go down there and steal them
Yeah.
and pay them enough to leave. And you think a crew chief down there is going to pass up the opportunity to go work for fucking Hendrick and Chase Elliott? No, they're going to fucking suck somebody's cock to make sure it happens.
And I'm just going to say, because I defended Allen earlier, and I'm also going to kind of put like a little, like say something a little bad about Allen. He's been around since 2005, I think, Cup Series crew chiefing.
He's not always been
Chad-
competent.
He's had Kyle Busch. He's had Mark Martin. He's had Jeff Gordon. He's had Chase Elliott. He only has one championship.
He's
And
Dale
he had
Jr. too,
Casey
hasn't he?
Mears.
I thought he had Dale Jr. at one time.
No.
No,
He
he
went-
never
went-
had Chase.
Okay.
He never
was the
had Junior.
5. He was the 5 until he was the 5 from like 05 to 10, and then went to Gordon. And he did give Gordon some good years there towards the end, but it just seemed like there were some years where he just was like. It's rare that Gustafson has been the best Hendrick car during a season. You know, I would argue that for Hendrick, maybe 2011 with Gordon, 2014 with Gordon, 2017 maybe with Elliott. I know Johnson got 3 wins that year, but those were early, and Elliott was better for most of the season than him. And then I'd say through 2020 with Chase Elliott. So actually, this is a good amount of years now that I'm kind of putting it out there. But I don't think that, because I think Chase and Allen work well together, and I think that breaking that up could have its benefits and its drawbacks.
I don't know. Chase is young enough. He can build a chemistry with another crew chief.
That's true.
It's early in his career. It's late for Allen, in my opinion.
Yeah, Allen's been around for a
Almost.
long time.
He's been around for a while. Maybe he's losing his touch. You know, maybe he's having a little bit of brain fog or whatever.
Maybe you just
but
need a new mind with this car, because it's not the same. It's totally different than anything we've had before.
but he
And
was
you know,
decent last year, though.
that's the thing.
Jason Burdett.
Oh,
I think if you're going to take a crew chief from somebody, you better take one from Toyota. Bring them fucking secrets with you.
yeah. I mean, who would he take though?
I don't know. You pay him enough. I mean, Rick Hendrick's got a deep pocket. He can beat Toyotas.
So does
Hey.
Joe Gibbs.
What's Adam Stevens up
Yeah,
to?
because Joe Gibbs depends on
Oh.
Toyota.
Man, I'm telling you what, Adam Stevens is not going to leave Christopherville. I just don't see it.
For the right amount of money, he will.
I don't think you get one from Cup unless it's from another Blake Harris that's in a low two
Right. Yeah.
car team. I think you're gonna have to dig in Xfinity series where somebody's like winning every week or almost every other week. Like whoever Austin Hill's got, John Hunter even. I think you got to steal one from Toyota.
Yeah. Anything else to talk about from Watkins Glen? Not really. I don't think we had much going
That's
on.
it.
Yeah, that was
Jason
Watkins Glen.
Ratcliffe's a really good one. CJB said that. It'll be an interesting one.
I don't want that. He was in the Cup Series and
And then had to go back.
Yeah, and now he's
He
running
was working
the
Kyle.
All-Star. Now he does the All-Star Joe Gibbs car. So I don't really. I think I'm good on that one. Maybe they bring Greg Ives back and torture Chase fans.
Oh,
Hey,
we need
they won a
Matt.
championship together though. Greg Ives and Chase Elliott in 2014 in the Xfinity Series.
Mhm.
So that is actually, I think, plausible. I would not be surprised if that happened.
Maybe Allen steps down into his row.
Yeah. If Allen leaves, I would want fresh blood. I would want somebody totally like I would want somebody that I've never heard of.
Or somebody that's not at Hendrick.
Yeah. Steel Tart.
The Pop
Bring him back.
La Pop Tart, yeah.
Keep the Pop Tart.
Oh, that'd be fun. Anyway, let's preview Daytona a little bit. I don't know what there really is to preview.
It's gonna be boring till the end.
Next gen super speedways have had a pretty bad case of gridlock so far. We saw a third lane. Give me that. Oh, baby, would that be awesome?
I don't think Larry Mack would be able to figure out this car. I'll be
No,
honest.
he's too old school.
He's
Yeah.
he's way too out.
I thought trying to say put Darrell Watchup in the car.
And Schrader.
He's the next super sub.
Oh, do you guys want to see the back? I showed the
Schrader couldn't figure out the generation car that he was running. Don't fucking put him in the
come on.
goddamn next
Look
gen
at the
car.
back. The back of the sweatshirt's really cool. Check it out. Look at that. Doesn't that go hard?
Stand up.
I'm not gonna.
Didn't
stand up.
Schrader
Not-
kill Dell Sr.?
Whoa, jeez.
Whoa.
Come on, dude. He met Frankie Muniz before that race, who he raced against this week.
Him
at
and
a
Frankie
fair.
go way back.
They're boys. Yeah. And he taught Frankie how to race with respect. Frankie idolizes the Panther.
Anytime you see a black 3 car, you make sure you break his fucking neck, son. And tell you what.
Jesus
We got
Christ.
watching
All right,
Fort
I gotta
Gainesville.
We got kids
stop.
watching.
I gotta stop.
Speaking of black 3 cars, hey, look at what I got.
I got one.
Came in the mail today. Quicker than I thought. I wasn't expecting it.
No shit.
Yeah, I ordered it like a
It
couple
was
days-
Sterling Marlin. Sterling Marlin.
You went
admitted the
from
turn.
looking for it to
Schrader
getting it.
was there for backup.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was texting Tegan like, "Hey, where can I find this Harvick car?"
I'm naming off all these sites and he's done been to. He's even went to Happy
They
Z
didn't have-
Shop.
I did. I did go to Happy Z shop, but they
Yeah, they sold that
Spencer
pretty quick.
loves it. Spencer loves it. He loves when people show diecasts publicly. Anyway, yeah, so I'm expecting gridlock. I'm expecting Stenhouse, if he sees somebody from, I don't know, like any other country that's not America. Sal's amigo, Daniel Suarez. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is going to commit like a war crime on them. We'll do picks in a little bit. Hey, SRX, Ryan Newman wins the championship, but Ken Schrader finishes out the season with a podium at Lucas Oil. Great effort from Schrader. He said he was done, but he really peaked after that. He should come back next year.
I'm done.
Shout out. I ain't racing with him
Full-time.
no more.
I'm done.
Full time,
I'm
no
done.
Paul Tracy. He is a legitimate championship threat.
I think
And take
so.
Ryan Newman out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ken
And
Schrader is not a championship threat to any car. He's
And just
in.
don't go to Eldora. Because
who's good at Eldora? He just had probably he had a
Sal, are you
Yeah,
eating
Ron-
Taco Bell?
Ron
No.
Caps.
Those are
Oh, okay.
fries, buddy.
Yeah, I thought Taco Bell might have brought him back.
Bro, they got nacho
The nacho
fries.
fries.
Let me
let's
know.
leave mid podcast
If they
to go
got
get
na-
nacho
If they got
fries.
nacho fries, let me know. I'll order them bitches now.
Yeah.
He would DoorDash fucking $2 fries and paid $20 for it.
For nacho fries, I fucking would. Yeah,
Okay.
bet your ass I would.
It's something Mike would do.
What do you fuck me? I've only used DoorDash once in my life.
And he paid too much.
No, I had COVID, and it was Madden 21, and the PS5 had came out that year or whatever, or people just started getting it. So we didn't have enough people for the Madden franchise on PS5, so we all were going to get the PS4 version to do that. I had COVID, so I had Madden DoorDash to me.
You didn't even
You
use
didn't
it
use
for
it for
food. You used it for
food.
Yeah.
You can do
Yeah,
that.
DoorDash like,
My brother had
"The
a
fuck is
PS4
this?"
controller DoorDash to him once. Yeah.
yeah, it's great. So shout out DoorDash for that. Yeah, we had a CFRO race at Richmond last night. Tegan wins. Congratulations.
I'm like, turn
The
The race was rigged.
Yeah.
Re-race.
Any thoughts on last night, Tegan? Number 10 on the year. Impressive.
I had to work my ass off for that one. Thanks for handing it to me,
I know.
and thanks for not like Spencer me out of the way, because that probably would have happened if it had been anybody else. Even Bradley probably would have moved my ass. So
Yeah.
mucho
Yeah,
gracias.
it was the worst race I've ever had. It was so I felt so bad after.
Can we show a replay?
No, we don't need that. Thank
The
God
broadcast
stream
missed
didn't-
it. Literally,
Thank God, yeah.
it missed it right 4 or 5 seconds before it happened. So
Yeah, you see S'mores just like it kicks him out of the lobby, and then you hear them go, "Oh, Mike's around," and it's like great. Oh man, Spencer is not happy last night.
It wasn't.
he thought he had a chance even without his spin.
He thought he had a chance when he was 6 seconds behind me.
He's going to save those tires.
He's been watching
Irate.
film.
He's been learning from the Panther. It's a pretty cool sweatshirt, though. Shout out Ken Schrader. If you want to buy a pillowcase or overpriced blanket, they have those.
How much was that blanket again?
114.
Oh, that's not bad.
Plus shipping and
Oh
handling.
shit!
I mean, who can
Spencer,
pass
you
up
have-
a chance to
Spencer,
sleep with Ken Schrader all week?
I'm gonna be as nice as possible. You had no chance. Okay.
You were already out of it, kid.
Team was 3 seconds ahead of you, and I finished a 10th behind him. So there was no you involved in that, unless there was some sort of explosion.
I was about to say, unless y'all both wrecked in the pit road, but even then, Mike would have still had a
Yeah,
big
I
old
was
lead.
the one. Yeah. So I mean, I'm not sure. He's an idiot. Anyway, Bradley saying you're welcome. One of my favorite things ever.
We've got that now on a clip, by the way.
Yeah. Spencer was like, "Yeah, well, appreciate it." Bradley goes, "You're welcome."
And you can hear it. You can just imagine the shit-eating grin on Bradley's face when he goes, "You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome."
Oh man, time for picks. Time for the pod picks. I don't even know who won. Let's see. JB, did he pick?
I wish I took Ty.
I don't know if JB picked. Let me see.
Who did I take? Oh,
Let's see.
Am I going first this week?
I think I won.
I might go first.
if someone picked McDowell, yes.
I
Yeah.
picked McDowell. I'm going last or going
Oh,
first.
that's a
I
good
think.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I had a pick from JB. So I'm not sure. If he did send one in, then we can reevaluate. But as of right now, is that really the winner? Or is
Kyle
it Busch?
Busch. Where did he finish?
It's going between Bush and Busher.
Busher was 7th, I know.
Oh, then he's probably got Kyle Busch beat then. Kyle Busch was up there before that yellow. He got the wrong side of the pit strategy.
Yeah, Busher is the winner. So Sal, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you have won. That is, it gets you out of the hole. You are now not sole last. You're just tied with Wessel, Tegan, and JB. Did he comment? I don't think that he. Yeah, I'll try to get a pick from JB here. I don't know. I don't think he picked. I don't remember if he did or not. But okay. Anyway, so going first will be Wessel, and it's Daytona. So really, who cares? But
Yeah. Can you show me who I got?
yeah, sure.
We were set after this week, right?
Yeah, you get
Yep.
one more use of each driver, but that doesn't count for. So let's say if you don't use, like, if you haven't used one of these guys, right? Like, let's say
You don't get two.
You don't get two with him, right? Have you really
Right.
not used all these people?
Who?
He missed a few, didn't he?
I missed like 2, I think.
You haven't used your favorite driver?
I haven't used
Matt
Blaney
defended
yet.
it as a
No,
truck driver.
I haven't not used Blaney yet. No, I've kind of been saving him.
For this,
And also, like, he hasn't really had any strong runs to convince me to pick him. He just had a random domination at the Coke 600, and he's been shit since then.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Maybe,
apparently
St.
the Blaney
Louis-
fans have been hanging out in bathtubs. I haven't figured
They
that
have.
one out yet.
If
So.
you listen to DBC, you'll
So
know about that. But yeah, I mean, I feel like he had a strong run in St. Louis, but that and Charlotte were really the only ones that he was really good at. But who do you got?
I mean, this is kind of an anybody thing.
Noah. Pick Noah.
Yeah.
Cody Ware.
Fucking Noah Gregson. No. I think I was pretty successful our last Daytona race. So
You picked Austin, didn't you?
no, I had Ricky.
You got
I don't
bitch
want to go
stain
down
up
there.
there.
There's not any good names down there. Let's go back up. There's not any good names down there. Up more. I am gonna go with Almirola.
Eric Almirola off the board for Wessel here. So not a bad pick, I don't think. Anything can happen. Next up, I believe, is me, I think. Yeah. And I am going to pick... Still got some names left. I used him. Got to get rid of him. I'll go Alex Bowman. I don't really know if I think his chances are that great, but I think that we'll give him a go. Next up, will it be Matt? Who I don't think has one. Yeah, so it won't be him. So then it would be Cindric. Yeah, so Bradley, and he's going to pick Brad Keselowski. So next up will be Tegan.
Joey.
Joey Logano. You've already picked him.
Did I?
Michigan.
You didn't have him marked off, though, did you?
I'm sorry. Okay, it's a lot. There you go. Are you happy now?
A little. You can go ahead and pick off Kyle Busch. Fuck. I really don't want to take Austin Dillon because he's a douchebag.
Do I have Austin Dillon? Damn.
No.
I do have Austin Dillon. I'm not gonna use him though.
No, you don't.
Oh, you're right.
That's
I thought
you.
I thought it was the E category. I couldn't remember.
You're the D. Get
Where
it?
the fuck did I use him at?
Let's find out.
I don't know where the fuck
I used him for a throwaway or something.
It had to have been.
Look, Clash.
You pulled him out of the Coke 600.
Yeah, that's a type of race that he would just randomly pull out of his ass.
Well, he was good. He took him 4 wide and wrecked for the lead at last year and won in 2017. So
Mhm.
Puttering.
So what do you got, Tegan?
Keep going down a little bit. Damn, I've got a couple good ones left.
I think you've used a few of these guys. So, like, you haven't used Reddick?
I've used Reddick somewhere.
Right there,
No.
Darlington.
Oh yeah.
No. Is that Tegan's? No. Tegan
Is that
used
Tegan?
Newman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't used Reddick.
Yeah, no. No red.
Okay,
dick.
go back. Go back to sheet two.
You got your little boy, Ty Gibbs.
I should have took him this week, and I knew I should have. I don't think he'll do good. He'll get wrecked. I'm
That's
thinking
fair.
of either Haley. Scroll down a little bit more.
Could still have Bubba.
or maybe even Stenhouse.
Do you have Bubba?
I took Bubba somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably at a big track.
Bubba is Matt.
What are some
And-
drivers that we've all used? I see we've all used Seabell. We've all used.
Looks like Blaney,
Harvick and
except for
Larson.
Sal.
We've all
Sal
used
didn't
Harvick
use
and
Blaney.
Larson.
I feel like
we've all
we've-
used Seabell.
Have you not used Chastain, Wessel?
I've not.
He hasn't.
I think Bradley did. Yeah, he did. So that's
Chastain was pretty close. For me.
I mean, after this week, it don't matter.
Harvick.
It all gets
Harvick.
easy anyway.
Mhm.
Harvick, Larson has been used. Hamlin.
Yeah, you're gonna have to white all this shit back out after this week. So it doesn't matter.
No, I'm just gonna change it to a different color. So we'll see. Who you got, Tegan?
Go back to my list.
Oh my God!
Steve.
Christ.
Go down.
There you go.
I'm gonna go Stenhouse. Fuck it.
Okay. Stenhouse off the board. And Sal, who do you got? Let's take a look.
He's got RB. Logano.
He does.
Busher.
You got some good picks, Sal.
Ty Dillon.
Absolutely not. Give me Justin Haley.
Justin Haley. Got it. We'll find
He
out.
was good there last year.
He was. All right. That's the picks. Let's so what do we think happened to Daytona? Did we get a new winner? Did they knock Bubba Wallace out?
I hope not.
Wait. What about
I kind of hope
what
not
if
too.
Chase, what if Chase wins?
I want to see Bubba make.
That's the
playoffs.
only way I want Bubba out.
Or
I
what
also
if-
hope I would 100% prefer to be wrecked out at Daytona than be riding around the back, driving like a pansy all race.
so yeah, but what about aren't you rooting for this guy?
Hey, my amigo Sal, how are you doing?
You're not gonna root
He's
for
right
him?
there behind Bubba in points too, actually. So he could literally
He
point
could-
his way in.
Bubba,
He would need a
no,
lot
it's
of
like
help,
it's
though.
like 30 points though.
It's
so-
32 to
Is
Ty
it?
Gibbs and like 40 to Suarez. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess
Like-
that
like
stage
the
one and
only
two
way
victory is
Bubba
going to hit
misses
really
it-
hard.
I think the only way Bubba misses it on points is just wrecking early.
Yeah, like immediately.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Is there anything else we want to cover before we get out of here? We had F1 League again. It was a good race at Bahrain.
If
This
you say
week,
so.
remember, this week, anybody that is racing in it, make sure you remember that we're racing on Friday night, not Saturday night, just because we don't want to have a conflict with the Daytona race, because I think everybody would rather be watching that. It's the last race before the playoffs. It's the Daytona summer night race. So we're not going to be competing with that. And then Sunday, we will be at Talladega, racing in the final race of the round of 8 for the Cup Series. We'll see who makes it. We'll see who makes it. And we got an interesting cut line battle going. Seems like it's going to come down between Spencer and Ryan. I could be in play if something bad happens to me, but we will see about that. You're good at the point, so tell me what's going on with that.
What about it?
Just tell me what's going on with the
The
cut line.
point line.
Describe.
Where's it at?
So Ryan's out by 10, and I'm pretty sure Incog is almost double that. So like Incog's gonna have to have he's gonna have to have a win for him to make it, or like people not show up that's ahead of him that's not already locked in. So
Spencer and Ryan. Yeah.
it's Spencer, Ryan, you, and JB, because Bradley could not show up and still make it. Spencer's got a good point lead. If Ron don't win, or if Incog don't win, he could still easily point his way in. Just depends on how the stage shakes out.
Yeah. I could get eliminated. You keep talking. You said I can't, but I could.
It just depends on how your stage goes. If the first stage goes good for you, I think you're locked. You and JB both.
Yeah, if that happens.
Like y'all would
yeah.
literally have to shit the bed, completely be high or drunk as fuck, to start the race to get yourselves eliminated. So
Yeah.
unless y'all plan on doing that, by all means, do it. That's too good from the last year's Final Four that gets knocked out early. I'm not going to stop the race to let y'all sober up. So fucking do it. Debbie Downer.
Yeah. How about we go to a place? It's going to be exciting. JB picks Bubba Wallace, by the way. Just so everybody knows, JB will. Yes.
By the way, S'mores.
He's racing.
Who's racing this week, by the way.
He's going to race.
And Kevron and Ryan Harp did probably, I think, one of the best jobs we've had in a very long time of broadcasting the race. So, like, if nobody has checked it out yet, yeah, we did. I would go check it out because that is a good,
really good
threesome.
You can just want to
Are
say
we gonna have those two in the booth again with S'mores Racing this week?
We'll try
Kevron said it
Ryan
depends on how
Harp.
the weekend.
I think we have Ryan Harp locked in for that. Kevron, it depends. I'll try to find Ryan Harp a second person.
Maybe James.
Yeah. Yes, Sal.
So Quentin doesn't say very many smart things, but he did just send something to our Discord.
My God.
Rumors have been circulating after Michigan when 2311 reps reportedly had a meeting with Ford. Could Hamlin's free agency and Stuart Haas's contract with Ford expiring at the end of 2024 lead to 2311 joining the Blue Oval?
Okay, so look, there has been talks about some teams switching to Ford.
And literally, Denny said
Kraft.
this week that
Freddie Kraft brought it up.
his contract with Joe Gibbs is on hold
Wouldn't
so he
expect.
can figure out what 23XI is doing. So, or 2311. So that tells me right there, if you're putting your driver contract on hold because you're trying to figure out what to do with a team you own, that's also with Toyota, that kind of tells you something's going on.
That's going to be interesting.
Mike told me earlier when I sent this to him, he said, I don't see it happening. So
I don't still.
you group with Tony Stewart saying what he did when they signed Josh Bear when they asked him about Ford. He said something along the lines that we're going, we look forward to finishing out our contract or some bullshit like that. He didn't come out and say, oh, yeah, we've got many years together.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Tony Stewart, Mike thinks he goes back to Chevy.
I think he goes back to Chevy.
Maybe if I'm Tony Stewart, though, I'm going after Dodge because I want that single team money. Like, I want to be the only team that races one manufacturer like Toyota had for the longest time and go out there and have all that fucking money behind me to do what I want with it.
He's also got Dodge in his NHRA team.
Exactly. And Dodge has been rumored, coming back for a while. I think fans want it. So it needs to happen. Stuart Haas has got to do something because they're not getting it from Ford, which I think is another reason why they're running bad here lately, because I think they've been cut off of the support, information from other Ford teams. So it looks like everybody's going to swap out, and what manufacturer is going to be on the losing end on this? It looks like Chevy.
Yeah.
Unless Tony Stewart switches to Chevy. It may just be a perfect swap, a three-way swap between three teams.
Yeah. We shall see. Thank you for watching, everybody. It was the biggest episode ever. Sal, I hope you have a phenomenal birthday tomorrow. We have a fantasy football draft in just a few minutes, about 20 from now. So that'll be fun. I don't know where I'm picking yet. Hopefully it's a good spot.
Do we not know that yet?
You can go look now to see where you're picking, since we're about 18 minutes away. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed Sal's little birthday surprise. Tegan and Wessel did know. I was trying not to tell them, but they pried it out.
I said I was going to boycott the pod unless he told me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And let's close it out with him talking.
It was great. It was good.
Hey, my amigo Sal, how are you doing? This is your friend Daniel Suarez here. First of all, I want to say big happy birthday. I hope you.
Happy birthday, Sal.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday, Sal. Birthday.
Thank you.
See you next week, folks.